Welcome back to Real Lounge Entertainment. As always, I am Mike.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Wes.
That is Wes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's me.
Tyler, before we get into today's movie, where can they get us at?
You can check us up on YouTube, X, TikTok, and Instagram at Real Lounge Entertainment.
All right. So, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. So, what better way than to talk about a Thanksgiving movie, and that being the movie Thanksgiving, the horror movie?
Yes, sir. What are the odds we do that for Thanksgiving?
Just like everyone else.
Weird. So bizarre.
All right. This movie is from 2023. It's rated R, obviously. Runtime of 1 hour, 46 minutes, 89% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Damn, I did not think it was going to be that high.
That is extremely high for this movie. Budget of $15 million and a box office of 46.6, so a mild success, I would say.
Solid.
Yep.
Nice.
And this one is directed by Eli Roth. Do you guys like Eli Roth?
I was going to say, maybe if you know any of his other movies he made, because I can't think of any. Off the top of my
Hostel.
head.
Yeah, he did Hostel 1 and 2. He did Cabin Fever. He did
Cabin Fever's another one.
Borderlands.
Oh, that newer one.
Yeah, there's a few other movies too like that. Overall, like I want to like Eli Roth, but his movies just don't really jive with me very much. How about you, Wes?
Yeah. You see, when I was younger, I liked Hostel, but I think I liked it. And this is shameful to say, but I think I liked it because I thought it was cool to like it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I haven't rewatched it since, so I'm actually not sure if I like those films at all. This one we're about to get into, without getting too deep into it, I enjoyed it. So I think
save
he
it for the
has.
pod.
I think he definitely has the potential to be a good director in some respects.
Right. I was not a fan of the first Hostel movie. Obviously, anyone who's watching these episodes know how I feel about like extreme gore. So that movie, like the concept is there. I understand why gore hounds love it. Just it's not for me. Cabin in the Wood, or not Cabin in the Woods, Cabin Fever was pretty good. I remember seeing that in theaters.
I
but
did not see that one yet.
Not my favorite, but it was probably one of the better ones he did until this one, I'd say.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A little sneak peek, huh?
A little sneak peek, I guess, but
Little sneak peek.
but we're talking like, I don't know if I can give any of those movies like any high
Yeah,
scores.
that's fair, yeah.
All right, Tyler, you want to do a run through or do you want me to do a quick run through?
I guess you can start, and then if you miss something, then I'll just chime in.
All right.
But at least start it off.
All right. So before we get into this, there's going to be some spoilers, you guys. We're talking about the whole movie. So if you don't want to get spoiled, then maybe turn around right now. If you don't care or if you already watched this movie, feel free to stick with us. Thanks, guys. So this one basically takes place in Plymouth, Massachusetts. It's Thanksgiving Day parade or whatever, or it's gonna be Black Friday because it's Thanksgiving. The town is celebrating, but they also are at the store that's gonna open. What's the Price Market? What's the name of the store?
Right price or
Right Price?
Right Mart, I think. Right Mart.
Right Mart.
I think that's
All right. If
weird name, but
if it's incorrect,
Right.
Tyler will put the correct name right there. Yeah, and they're gonna open on Thanksgiving instead of Black Friday, so everyone in town is there going crazy. Everyone has to work at the store, and these stupid teenagers that are horrible characters, by the way. All these teenagers are terrible.
yes.
They get taken into the store because the daughter of the owner lets them in, and they're like, I don't know,
like taunting
the crowd
Yeah.
because they're inside the store, and they all just like charge the door, and someone gets trampled to death, someone gets like cut in the neck and bleeds to death. The manager's wife like gets trampled and her hair pulled, and
like hits her head. She like bleeds out or whatever.
yeah. So our movie takes place a year after that, and someone is dressing like the
pilgrim.
pilgrim. He's got a certain name.
Carver, John Carver.
Oh,
John Carver, yeah.
John Carver. That's
So
right.
a diner for some reason is giving out John Carver mask, which is very random.
Yeah, it's weird.
But so somebody now is wearing a John Carver costume, and he is now systematically killing and murdering anyone who's associated with like
Like that was involved with the Right Mart incident.
with the Ray Martin incident, whether it be some of the people who stampeded into the store, but mostly the group that like taunted everybody.
or like some of the workers.
Yeah,
too,
so
or
they're getting
something.
all revenge, and slowly, one by one, they're gonna get picked off. We have our main girl is Jessica. She's the daughter of the person who owns the store. and he's just like a rich guy, and his the new wife is the one who wanted him to open the store. She's a terrible character. He actually has some development, which we'll talk about later. That I actually liked in this
When
movie.
you say terrible character, do you mean like they're awful people,
Yes,
or like
yes.
they suck
Sorry.
at doing their character?
Yeah. I don't mean to phrase it
That's-
terrible character. I mean that these are awful,
Okay.
awful people.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got you. I'm with you now.
Yeah, sorry. No, I guess they're good characters because they do such a good job at making me hate them.
Yeah, exactly.
And for
Yeah.
and for a crazy amount of time root for this killer to start knocking these people off. Yeah, so basically, there's going to be a love interest. Like Bobby was the boyfriend at the beginning. Since the incident, he has just left town, but then comes back to town. She's dating what's it, Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan, who was like crushing on her at the beginning of the
Stupid
movie.
Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan, who I don't know what that character doesn't ever end up
I don't
doing
know.
anything.
I have a thing about that whole stuff later, but we'll get into it later.
The sheriff was the sheriff at the beginning of the movie. He's still the sheriff. He's trying to hunt down the killer. This small town seems to have like a huge police force actually, and there's like a little bit. I don't even know where to go with this movie, but overall, it just ends up. We'll get into who does it, but it ends up with like him setting a table and sending the teenagers, like the main group of friends, these picture texts.
He has like an Instagram account, and he tags them in each of the posts. The more he goes with killing each person, so it gets more extreme and stuff. And then they eventually realize that their name tags are on there, so now they know that it's going after them.
Yeah, so you basically kind of know which characters he's going off of. He already knocked off the waitress lady, who was like a really loudmouth lady at the store.
Very annoying.
Then he knocks off the security guard, who just like bailed. Which
He's like, screw this, I'm out.
I don't blame him. He probably makes $10 an hour. So bye.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
blame him either. I would have been out too.
I mean, the
Hell
the
no.
other security guard gets trampled to death in the
Yeah.
store.
Yeah.
Horrible.
And then obviously all the teenagers and stuff like that. And he plays games almost like Jigsaw in a way.
Yeah, a little
There's
bit.
even literally a scene like the Saw movie, which we'll get into. And he eventually captures half of them and like drugs them, and they wake up tied to the table, and he's serving So the whole thing will unmask, and we'll find out who the killer is. But overall, do you guys like this movie?
I enjoy this, yes.
How about you, Wes?
Yeah, no, I had a good time with it. There are obviously some qualms, but not as many as I thought I would have with the overall concept of the movie itself. I went in with low expectations, but came out pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, this is my second viewing of it, but the first time I watched it, I enjoyed it. Didn't think too much of it. Just, think of Thanksgiving as if it was a horror movie. But the second watch, I tried to pay attention to a little bit more stuff. So some of the stuff was a little bit more cheesier to me second time, but I still enjoyed this.
It's definitely a cheesy horror movie. So like if you're looking for like a deep
Yeah, it's my
explanation on something,
Yeah.
it's not there.
It's not this.
This is one of those old school slasher movies. I mean, it's about Thanksgiving. That you go in with the mindset. It's like the same thing as Christmas horror movies.
Yeah.
You don't need a deep story.
It's always a Santa
Just-
with an axe or something.
Just give me the axe is in this one too. So
Yes.
Yeah,
I just,
sure is.
I just want entertainment. I want the Thanksgiving stuff put in there in a smart way. I want entertaining original deaths, which this movie, I don't know if it like hit too many of those, but I thought it was a solid movie.
How do you feel about the main character? Do you think you could get behind her, or do you think she was a little annoying at times, or what?
As far as if we're gonna let's just call her a final girl or whatever. As far as final girls go, she didn't really fit the bill for me. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but overall, I didn't find myself like really caring too much about her. I mean, she's the daughter of the evil businessman,
Yeah.
that opened the store, and this whole thing happened and all that. So, but she's like, against him and didn't want to open the store and feels bad for everything. But I don't know. She's something about her just didn't like sit
Something
well
was
with me.
off with
Yeah.
me. Like she was okay, but I wasn't fully behind her in every decision or whatever. But how about you, Wes?
It didn't do much as far as feats go. Like when you look at a final girl, they have to go through trials and tribulations, and she did a little bit, but also a final girl is typically one that goes against the grain and kind of fights back, not just against the main villain, but bad ideologies altogether. She didn't really do that too much, especially in the beginning. She was she let them all in. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby was the dude who's like, hey, I don't think we should. Like, can we just stay out here? And she's like, no, come on, you gotta come with me.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like she was the reason. Now, if we go back to TCM 2003, she was the reason they all got killed, but it was for a morally sound reason that she
Right.
did that. She didn't do that in this case. Yeah, she fell flat. I think all the characters, to be honest, fell flat in this. They just felt like archetypes of tropes that we've seen in horror movies, as opposed to actual people. You never really felt or cared for them in any manner, not even her.
Yeah.
And you, at the very least, you should care about your final girl. I didn't care that much. I didn't think her acting, it wasn't bad, but it definitely, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
It fit for what it was trying to do, but overall, I don't think any of the characters were that compelling.
I will say there's a couple standout things. Not that these performances are great, or whatever, but I did get behind Scuba a little bit
Scuba, yeah.
because he could have just come off as like the dumb jock or whatever, but he starts becoming very protective of Jessica, and I was kind of interested. He wasn't like that being that dumb. He went and got a weapon and stuff like that, and so overall, I like Scuba a little bit. I almost started rooting for him more than I did for Jessica.
Yeah.
And there's a character in there called McCarty.
McCarty, yeah.
McCarty. And
I like McCarty.
yeah, at first he's just like a dumb jock trying to sell guns and alcohol at a school, by the way.
Yeah.
And he's basically overall is that like stupid hillbilly guy or whatever, but like at the same time when they're in danger, he brings them over and like lets them take a gun to protect themselves and like gives her this ring with like a
And it wasn't even for like money or anything. He's not looking for money. He's
Yeah.
literally just trying to help them.
and then later at the parade he gives her the ring because she turned it down and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and it has this like little weapon on it, and he honestly seemed to care. So at first you just like, oh, I hate that character. He's definitely
he's just
fodder
dumb
for the
and
killer.
stupid, yeah.
But I found myself liking McCarty quite a
He
bit.
was funny, yeah.
And the last character I want to single out. This is a character, got the dad, which is, where is he? Thomas Wright, played by Rick Hoffman. Now this guy, he is an a-hole in every movie I've ever seen him in.
He's so familiar. Like his face looks so familiar, but I
think he's
can't
even-
picture him like.
I
From
think he's
certain
he
stuff.
might be in the original Hostel too, actually.
Oh really?
Either way, he plays an
Oh, yeah, he is.
yeah.
That's funny.
He
is.
plays an a-hole in everything, and he just has one of those faces where it just like comes naturally. Like you can just put him in the screen, and you're like, oh, he's a.
Like his little smirk and giggle or everything, you could just tell.
And he
yeah.
starts off that way, but then like halfway through this movie, because he's doing all this stuff because his new wife is like, we can make a lot of money if we open the store or whatever. And he first you think he doesn't care, but like at one point halfway through the movie, he like has a legitimate apology to his daughter that's very sincere, and they hug, and it's like, oh, that's a cool little moment. And then later on in the movie, he's like, I'm closing the store, I'm not opening it, against his wife's wishes.
like a
but,
full 180
like
at the end. Yeah.
so he had these little moments, and then when they're all tied at the table at the end, and like his character normally would be like, get me out once the other characters, but he's like, no, run,
Yeah, he
like.
just told her to run. Yeah.
So these little things are just like a little bit different from what his character type usually is, and I kind of got a little bit
Yeah,
of
that was
enjoyment
cool
out of that.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I dig that. Yeah, for sure. I think it was cool too, getting the backstory of the mom a little bit, and how he felt empty inside, and the store was supposed to fill that void, but it never could. So that's when I met her. I forget her name, Jessica or not Jessica.
The daughter.
I
The
mean,
I
daughter's
don't remember.
Jessica.
No. The wife, the new wife.
Kathleen is the new wife.
Kathleen, okay. And she filled the void. So you kind of got the idea that he was doing all of that to appease her as much as he could, because he didn't want to lose her. He couldn't lose the new thing that he loved again. So that was kind of his motivations, and it was a cool way to show that, and without hammering it in our heads. And then, like you said, cool 180 to what he became after that. I thought it was because he realized that it was hurting his daughter. He recognized it, and then he changed who he was.
So within this movie, technology is used a lot. How did you guys either like or dislike the use of like Instagram and stuff? Did you guys think it was cool or not really?
Wes, you can go first.
Yeah, I thought it worked well for what it was. I think it played a heavy part in the overall theme of the movie. That, along with consumerism and how that has destroyed, not just holidays, but life in general. And And then you look at social media and how media now consumes us on a daily basis, and we kind of become desensitized to things, and we glorify gore. And when we see we're so it's so easily accessible to see death on our phones now, and it's just like, oh, there's another person dead, whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of playing on that. It's making us aware of what we are, and also kind of making fun of us because we're literally watching a horror movie that's doing the same exact thing. It's a very self-aware movie.
Right.
Actually, it's kind of a lot like Scream in some respects, and
Very
that
much
meta
like
level
Scream.
of poking fun and playing on that type of stuff. It's like a Scream for the social media age, which we'll probably get that with Scream 7. But for right now, this is what Thanksgiving is. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a cool play on all of that.
Yeah, it was the right level of like showing him on the cameras and this and that, and then like him declaring like he's killing people, and like it's all these likes and happy faces, and that's how it really
Yeah.
would be in today's world. Whether
Yeah.
even if they know it's real, that's what would happen. That is the craziest moment. And the consumerism, yeah, I was the first 10 minutes of this movie, I was so mad in my head. I was raging because I know this is exactly what it's like. I mean, obviously they like pushed it higher,
Oh,
like
yeah.
they turned up the volume on it. But yeah, I'm like, this is what is wrong with everything. And in my opinion, he needs a bigger table. There needs to be more names at that table.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That table needs to be, like a mile long. And
it's way too small. 100%.
And it was funny when the fact that you brought up that it's like Scream. So this movie, I had the killer pegged right off the beginning.
I was gonna ask you once we eventually got there if you pegged them or
Oh
not.
God,
but-
it was right away that I knew who the killer was. But I thought it was so obvious that there was going to be a second killer like Scream. So I was constantly looking for the second killer and who that was going to be. So when it unmasked and it was just that one person, I was like, oh, really?
There needed to be a second one. You're telling me that there wasn't a second killer at all in this? I don't believe it.
Dude's just really fast, man.
Well, that's the thing. Like if he's okay, so obviously here's the spoiler alert. The sheriff is the killer in this movie.
What? No.
Yeah.
Damn it.
McDreamy himself is the
Yes,
killer.
Patrick Dempsey. Yeah.
Patrick Dempsey.
Patrick Dempsey.
So
You
the-
bastard.
Yeah, it turns out that so the wife that died at the beginning of the store, he was going through a divorce and she helped him and he was crushing on her and she was gonna leave her husband or whatever, and they were gonna be together, and she's dead, so now he can't. So now that's why he's killing everybody.
Well, it's also because they destroyed the eventually family because she was pregnant at that point.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that aspect because it was a little like you didn't even need that part,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, if he's the sheriff actively investigating all this stuff and all these scenes, there has to be a second person.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't be able to do all this constantly by himself and be all around town. So that's the only real flaw I have in this, that I don't want to think too deep on it, but there should have been a second one because it's the only way it would make sense to me.
Yes.
I think it might have been thought about. I have to assume that he thought about doing that, but then you start teeter on the edge of, okay, we already kind of are like Scream. Let's not be completely just like a
Rip
almost
off.
reboot of Scream.
Yeah.
We got to do something different. But you're right. It's like when Billy was in jail, but Sid still got that call. Like, okay, how is this? So it's not Billy. It can't be because he was in jail. And then it turns out, it was Stu. Whatever. For him to be the active sheriff, he has a lot of eyes on him because he's the sheriff. It's going to be hard to sneak away, realistically. He would need some kind of accomplice to help. But Mike, when you said, like, are you talking opening scene? You knew who the killer was, or do you mean?
Yeah, like when I guess when
like
or at what
the-
point.
See, okay, well, I don't have this whole movie in my head yet, so I don't remember exactly. I don't know.
They foreshadow it in the beginning though.
Well, first off, you're already looking at the fact that Patrick Dempsey is like the only like name in this.
Yeah.
And you're making the sheriff, and he just has a plausible reason like why he would do it after he after the intro scene. So yeah, I guess after when the massacre happens, I'm pretty sure that's probably just when I knew. I was like, yeah, it's Patrick Dempsey.
When did you figure it out, Wes, or were you kind of surprised at the end?
Well, I didn't figure it out that early. I'll tell you when the time I realized who it was, because to me, I thought there was other characters that had motive. Because I guess I'm trying to think of the first time I watched it. If I had an inkling that he had a thing for the wife, which I don't think they
Yeah.
ever revealed that until the very end.
Yeah, there's no notes
There's
that
no
like,
nothing.
There's like a quick.
he
there's
looks at her in a special way. That's about
he like
it.
he like smirks at her
Yeah.
when you walk in, and then maybe at that, because I noticed that the second viewing, I'm like, okay, well that was obvious, but
Yeah.
also I don't know if I remember that the first time I watched it, but two things. When I realized it was him, it's when he was asking Bobby and Jessica to point out people who were there that they recognize, and they pointed out the guy from Hanover and then the cheerleader, and then like the next scene those people die. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, I knew it wasn't Bobby because
It's too
the thing
obvious
about
about
this is, yeah, the red herrings, they did it a little too obviously, and we know from watching Scream and other slasher whodunit types of movies who it's not going to be. So then you start dwindling it down and like, okay, well then this is the only person that's left that it could be, and then it's the sheriff. Because when that happened, I was like, it's either Bobby or the sheriff, because I know it's not Jessica. So then I was okay, it's the sheriff. It's a cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the motive. The motive worked. That's what made the whole thing work. And I like Patrick Dempsey did a great job, I thought, as being the good sheriff that's really trying to be there for everyone and figure this all out. It's what Scream 6 should have done. This is
Right,
how
right.
the detective should have acted instead
Yeah.
of whatever the hell we got with
He
that
went
movie.
Yeah, in this movie he goes just a little bit crazy after he unmasked, not full blown.
Right.
I was going to bring this
Not
up because
full-blown.
at the end, do you see a similarity between Scream 6 with Dermot Mulroney and Patrick Dempsey in this? Because
When I was watching
I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm watching
Yeah.
Scream 6 again.
when I was watching it, I'm
Yes.
like, okay, are they gonna go that far with it or not? But no, he pulled back. So I mean, he also
Yeah.
plays like a similar character in Scream 3, technically, Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah, a little
He's like
bit.
the detective, and they push him as the red herring, as like the killer or whatever. But so this is him getting like the other side of the panel.
Which directors have done this in the past, where they play on our preconceived notions of actors and the roles that they've played in similar type of movies, like Patrick Dempsey. You're like, okay, he's already been a good detective. We went through this whole thing where we thought it was him, and it's not him. He ends up with Sid. It's the whole thing. Like we like him. It's not, and then it kind of plays on that subtly. And I know in Barbarian it's done as well, where we have our boy Justin Long, and he's the good guy in most everything that we've seen, and that's kind of twisted on its head. And then you have Bill Skarsgård coming off fresh as Pennywise
Yep.
in the very beginning of that, and it's playing on, okay, well, we've seen him as Pennywise, so we know he's messed up. That's kind of happening in the back of our brain, so it kind of plays on all that. And from the parallels that we have with Thanksgiving and Scream, it's not too far-fetched to say that he was just kind of planting those seeds throughout and just hoping that would help with the reveal, unless he didn't really care about the twists in general, because it wasn't
I
it
feel
wasn't
like,
a crazy reveal.
Yeah, I feel like the twist wasn't the important thing. I feel like he probably just put it in there because nowadays,
It's the message.
nowadays
Everything's
in
the
horror
twist,
movies, you
yeah.
have to have a twist no matter what, which is a little sad fact about horror movies in today's world, that there has to be a twist almost for it to get looked at properly. So I feel like he didn't really care too
Yeah.
much about it, and I'm totally fine with that for this movie. It was just I'm here for the fun show. I'm here for the ride. I'm not.
I'm my more for me is the motive. As long as you have a solid motive, I don't care who did it.
Yeah.
As long as you have a plausible reason, which he did. You painted that picture that he was in love with her too, and the fact that she was pregnant. Like, they literally ripped everything away from him, and he had nothing. So yeah,
And
he
also at the end,
went a little crazy.
and at the end of the day, I feel like we're all just rooting for the killer because this town sucks.
That's town totally
Yeah,
sucks.
sounds awful.
God.
Did you guys like the look of him and everything? Because besides the look and all this other aspect about him is he was a fast killer. He didn't like toy around or anything like that for the most part. he just popped in before they even knew it and just like took him out. And it's been a long time since I've seen a horror like these slasher killers are usually like, oh, I'm gonna chase you down the hallway and this. No, he's there.
I think besides like the first kill with the waitress, because she eventually locks herself in that room and then he like goes away and obviously gets in her car. That one was a little dragged up, but besides
That's
that,
because
all
she
the
got
other
away.
ones-
But originally, he's just there, and I think he cuts her first, or I can't
He
remember.
cuts
what
her and then dips her in the
Yeah.
water and then puts her on the freezer.
Well, he's
door.
immediately just like right there constantly, and I actually like that aspect. And I overall like the look. If you're gonna do a pilgrim killer, which you had to do for this movie, like yeah,
There's one scene in here though when he's lathering up the stepmom or whatever with the butter or whatever.
Oh yeah.
He sets his mask on
Salt
top of
and
the
pepper.
oven and it starts to melt
Yeah.
and has the blackish look. I think it would have been cool if you would have just had that mask the rest
Kept
of the
it.
time and would have looked cool.
Right.
But yeah,
That would have been cool. yeah.
I think the look was fine. Nothing, over the edge, but not horrible either.
Yeah, I liked it because it played on traditions and histories and things towns do. They don't really know why they do it, and the darkness that's probably behind all those traditions, but you don't care. You just keep doing it anyways. That's another play on Thanksgiving in general, is the holiday itself and where it stems from. That's another story for a different day. But
very dark one on that one.
yeah, very, very, very. But I liked it because, and it had a little lore to it, the John Carver thing, and everyone wears the mask during the parade, and they had that cool scene at the parade where you had a bunch of people wearing the mask. You could tell none of them were him because he wears the whole getup. It's not just the mask. But I liked the kind of bait and switch with that because you're expecting maybe him to show up with the mask, but then it's just the clown's get up that he has, and then he cuts that dude's head off,
Yeah.
which
You mean
was
Art the
very,
Clown?
very jarring. Yeah.
Art the Clown crossed over in this
New look.
movie. He had a black and
Oh,
white
shit.
costume, so his face looked different, but his similar.
Yeah, same weapons and everything.
So overall, like not Tyler, Wes, did you see Grindhouse when it came out in theaters?
I didn't see it in theaters, but I have seen. Which one did I see? Remind me what they were again. It was
Death
one
Proof
with
and Planet Terror.
yes, okay. The one with the car. It's like he's like a stunt double or something, right?
Yeah.
Or action star, or Yeah, okay.
Stuntman Mike. That's right. That's where I got my name, Tyler. That's where I got my
Oh.
email address and everything.
It all makes sense.
Yeah, people look at me like a crazy man when I tell them that. Either way, so one of the most fun I ever had in theaters was actually seeing Grindhouse, which for whoever doesn't know, it was 2 movies, and they made them look like the old Grindhouse movies. It was Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez. And before each movie, they made all these fake trailers for like other Grindhouse style movies. And so they got other directors to come in and do them because they heard about the project. They're like, I want to do a trailer. I want to do a trailer. So this movie, I don't know if you guys know, this movie was one of those trailers from. So that movie came out in 2007.
I feel like I remember you telling me about
Yeah.
this now. But
So
yeah.
I saw that in theaters. The crowd was just having fun, and this was one of the trailers. And this is the trailer that I liked the most. And it made it look like old school 60s, 70s. They show like the parade. They
That's
have like
cool.
all the dead bodies around the table, and like the human turkey or whatever. And they have like the pilgrim guy behind the turkey, like pumping it from behind, like very extreme.
Yeah.
So that trailer was directed by Eli.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Oh, Eli.
That trailer was directed by Eli Roth. So this movie is him finally making that movie, because we
That's
also
cool.
got
That's
Machete.
awesome.
Machete was one of those trailers that also got made, and a hobo with a shotgun. So this is the third movie from those trailers.
That is cool.
And
Yeah, that is
this is the
cool.
one that I wanted to see out of all of them. So I'm pretty happy we finally got it.
And you're happy with the result because of it?
Overall, yeah.
Yeah.
Overall.
That's cool, though.
You got a talking point?
Looking right now, but Wes, if you have a talking point, shoot.
I did well, just talk about some kind of things that I enjoyed myself, and we've kind of touched on them a little bit. And one in particular is the tone of the overall movie. I thought it was awesome. But the opening scene is actually one of the better opening scenes in horror. I thought it was set up well. Didn't You might think that it's not jumping into the action quick enough, but the setup with all the characters and then all of them leading to that nexus point at the mart, and then what transpired is total chaos. Everyone's beating each other up, and then like one guy gets his throat slit by the broken glass, and he still is trying to grab the waffle maker, which is just symbolic of what the whole film's about. And then at the end, as he's holding it, someone comes and rips it from him without helping him.
When he's like dying at that point. He's almost dead, and she just like grabs
yeah,
it.
but he's just grabs it. But it set it up there, and this is a movie that knows exactly what it is, what the identity of it is, and it hits home on all of that. It doesn't try to be anything more or less than what it is.
Exactly.
And I respect that. I really like that. It's some aspects it might lean a little too into the comedy, maybe, but not too much. I thought overall this film knew exactly what it was, and it hit it. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it is.
Yeah, it was actually a really, really good opening scene overall.
Yeah, very chaotic, and just
it tells you everything you need to know for the movie, the motive, the reason. A lot of characters get introduced, but you kind of learn. Yeah, you understand.
Yeah, I don't have any other. Talking
you were gonna talk about Ryan. You said you had something about him. Tyler.
I mean, it's in my dislikes, so maybe we wait till dislikes to talk about it.
No, just hit us right now. Hit us with the dislike.
I mean, it's nothing like crazy, but it's just we get this weird love triangle between Ryan, Bobby, and Jessica, and it's confusing because it's like the guys are obviously trying to go for the girl or whatever, but she's with Bobby at the beginning, and then the whole massacre thing happens. Then she's with Ryan at a certain point. Then they're like bumping heads here and there. But then, Ryan's trying to like contact Jessica. She doesn't want to talk to him. But at the end, getting the reveal that it's the deputy and the sheriff or whatever, Bobby's there to help and not Ryan. And it's weird because she's with Ryan. And I just didn't understand. Well, so I thought that Ryan was going to be involved with the reveal because they were showing stuff with him, but it didn't go through the whole movie, so I was just confused.
Yeah. Well, there's kind of I guess this is a weakness of the movie is they introduce a lot of characters, and a lot of these characters just drop off without they introduce a new deputy at the beginning of the movie. Yeah. You expect him to play in the movie, and he doesn't at all. You have Ryan who just disappears at the whole last act basically.
Yeah.
Bobby's in and out. You have a character named Scott, which is Ryan's friend. They bring him into a couple scenes. So you kind of expect maybe he's going to be fodder or something, but they don't do anything with him. So there's quite a bit of characters. And lots of these characters that are tied up at the end, we don't see them get freed or anything like that, but they live. So there's quite a bit of characters still running around this town, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it did seem as if he had written a bigger story.
Yeah.
With some of these setups that you're talking about. Especially with Ryan, there was this weird. He was getting Adderall from the security guard. It seemed a little fishy his excuse for that, and then no one actually ever talked about it after that. And then he kind of just disappeared. He never showed up for his girlfriend. He always showed up late, which was another thing. And maybe they were trying to be another red herring thing, he wasn't there, so it had to have been him. But you have to give us also a reason why he wasn't there.
Yeah.
If he wasn't a part of all of this, was he studying? Was he too high? Does he have a drug problem? What's the deal? Because he is a character that after the massacre, they set him up to be a bigger part of the group, and it never comes to fruition. He slowly declines. And then Bobby, like you said, is another one that just comes in and out, never fully commits to what he's supposed to be. Maybe just trying to do too much with all these characters. Maybe that's just all it is, or all it was.
It almost feels like maybe there was an alternate ending.
That'd be my guess.
Like the last third act or something. Maybe they shot it where maybe Ryan or somebody else was going to be involved in a different way, and they edited it out for time or didn't like how it went. Or some of these movies they shoot different versions so people can't leak.
Doesn't test well, or
Yeah, so it almost feels like this could have possibly happened with here, or maybe it just
I think it did because there's that scene at the end where she's with the ambulance and stuff, and then Ryan comes up and he's like, "Oh, are you okay?" And then they like hug it out, and then it goes to a cut scene, but then it opens back up with all the friends coming back and saying, "Are you okay?" And it's just, I think that's maybe one of the issues there.
Yeah, it could have been that Ryan was the second. Maybe there was a second killer. Maybe Ryan was that, and then it didn't test well for whatever reason. Maybe the comparisons to Scream, and it just didn't land like it should have. So now we got to backpedal, take that away, go to where Ryan is, maybe cut him out of the movie a little more, reshoot some stuff with him to close up some loose ends, and then that's why it feels so weird. Maybe that's why his character feels awkward to us. Who knows? Could have been.
Yeah.
so I guess they leave it open. Would you guys want a sequel to this, or would you just rather not?
I'd watch it.
I
It's
think
Yes
it's
and no,
a
yeah.
campy, fun thing, man. It's not like you said. You go to the with the expectation that it is a slasher movie during Thanksgiving. Like what are you expecting? Nothing. I expect like I said, my expectations were very low, but I was pleasantly surprised. I wouldn't mind seeing this story be fleshed out some more, get a little more of Patrick Dempsey because he's not dead.
right.
Yeah.
They
He's
make that
still out there,
clear.
and they're shooting a second one. He already wrote it, but with the L.A. fires, everything got delayed, so they pushed back the shooting till
Oh,
next
so
year. So we
They are recording. They are
I was
making.
gonna
Like
say
we
because I was looking
are-
up Eli Roth stuff earlier, and it said that there was a Thanksgiving too, and then I was looking it up, and it said that it was gonna start shooting early 2025, but we haven't got anything from it, so I just assumed it just got canceled, or I guess they pushed it.
a lot of people thought it got
Wes said.
canceled, but it got
I mean,
delayed. It said starting next year they'll
I mean,
be
it
shooting.
still technically could get canceled because studios are getting really tight right now with their
Yeah.
budgets. But usually, horror movies like this, low budget, and now you have a built-in audience. I see them making it, and I'll see it. Maybe not in theaters. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious.
No,
to see
this
what
is
they
like
would-
a
what they would do.
streaming. Come out on a streaming service. That's when I would watch it. I'm not going to pay to go to the theaters to watch this movie.
It's just I want a
But I will
full-on
watch it.
massacre. I want him at the parade. I want him to have a whole parade float of like his corpses and,
yeah.
and him just
Corpses.
yeah, I want a whole team of them. I want a 5 Pilgrims team that's like killing people.
My God.
We're going extreme. This town needs to pay.
Well, I mean, at that point, they know it's him, so I guess.
Right. But I don't think anyone in this town learned their lesson. If they do a sale on Thanksgiving again, it's going to happen again.
Yeah, well, it also if they do bring him back, I think it's just gonna be him. I don't think they're doing like a supernatural thing because you don't. I know we talk about this to exhaustion, but we didn't see him actually die. You see him dive, and you don't. I don't think you actually see him on fire either. You just see the blaze, and then
Well, they say there was no body.
the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, the firefighters said that there is no body, that nothing could have survived it.
And then she looks
So-
at that one firefighter walking out like it's him. Like, well, if you think it's
Yeah,
him,
well,
then
yeah.
go rip off his mask.
Yeah,
Go tell
yeah.
somebody. Be like, I think that's him.
But
You
then I
just
guess
said there's no body.
Yeah, I guess maybe that could also be just like maybe their twist of how he survived, where maybe the firefighters come and
How he
take
got out of there.
it out, and he kills one of them, then walks out as a firefighter. I don't know. I was kind of looking at that, and I was like, well, how can he get out of that? Maybe that's one way, but I don't know. Don't know. Tyler doesn't know.
We'll
Tyler
see.
doesn't know.
We shall see.
All right. Any other good things or bad things you want to talk about?
Do you just want me to go to my likes and dislikes then?
Sure.
All right. One of the likes I did like about this is like right in the opening scene is when it shows that it's from Plymouth, Massachusetts, and you get like the heavy breathing of quote unquote killer, and then it opens up the door and it's the sheriff, but foreshadow. So I thought
I'm
that was
looking
kind
for
of
a
Oh, yeah,
15-pound
yeah.
headless thing. It's like, oh my god, dad joke right off the bat.
Yes.
I know what this movie's about.
One of the funny scenes that I did like about this is when McCarty's having his party at his house or whatever, and you get like those group of teenagers that come up, and they're like, "Well, we really want to know if this is a fun party because we don't really want to pay,
Oh, yeah.
but if it's good, we'll pay." And so then he makes this reference with Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne, and he talks about it and explains it, pretty good explanation about it, and then they reply with, "What's Black Sabbath?" And he's like, "Get off, go
Get off
away.
my property.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
I thought that was pretty funny.
I knew exactly
That was funny.
that's what's gonna happen. It's like those kids don't know what Black Sabbath is.
Yeah, that's all my likes. I mean, I
I
guess
also like when they go upstairs during that party and he's like, taking the 2 kids to the VIP room or whatever to get the gun. It's like that kid's been here for 2 days. Like,
yeah, there was like 3 of them. They're like what drugged
Yeah.
out or
I
something.
don't know if they're drugged out or drunk.
No,
or
I
what.
think he said they drank. They've been there for 2 days because they drank white Zinfandel or
that's it.
something.
Like, he's been there for
Wine.
2 days.
That was funny. Yeah,
Like I say, McCarty is a pretty sweet character.
yeah. He was definitely a surprise
I
because
agree.
obviously, like we talked about, we didn't think that's the character he was gonna be, but it was cool. I guess one of the other things was just some of the kill scenes I thought were pretty cool.
I guess we can talk. Yeah, why don't we talk about some of the kill scenes and if they were good or bad?
Yeah, the first one I have written down was the waitress. She was dipped in the water and then put on the freezer. Obviously, she didn't die from that, but the thought of that scene was pretty cool because I don't think I've seen anything like that done before. But then she also dies really weird when she gets like hit between the car and the
In half by
dumpster,
the-
and then
That was
split in
that
half.
was weird how they did that. I like the freezer thing, like the
Yeah.
water in the freezer. I've seen similar stuff, but that was done pretty sweet.
Yeah,
But like she's in the dumpster and the car hits it, and I don't know how.
it was a weird.
like
yeah,
the
it was
lower
weird.
half. I don't
I was
know.
like, how does that work? But okay, I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe because he was going super
doesn't.
fast. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't work. We're trying to make it work.
Yeah.
I mean, then you have like the Kathleen character, which is the stepmom.
Oh yeah.
She gets a brutal one where she's like being prepped like a turkey, and then she wakes up, and that's the
Because she's trying to
longest-
escape, and then eventually
It's kind of, yeah.
catches her, and then she wakes up in the oven, and then
Well, then she gets pork fix. What is it? Pitchfork. That's it.
oh,
She
I
gets
didn't know what
that-
you're talking
she
about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get the
I had
pitchfork
no idea what I
thrown.
was saying. She gets that in the back, and then she gets put in the oven and then fed to the others. So that's
Yeah.
pretty original. I think everyone knew
Yeah,
that.
Patrick Dempsey had to have been, man. He was hitting the gym for sure because he
Yeah.
threw the fuck
Yeah.
out of that pitchfork. And then
Yes, I was thinking, I'm like,
he
damn, he's hella
twisted
strong,
my dude's
man.
neck all the way around, man.
Hey, he's McDreamy.
When he killed
okay?
that dude at Hanover, he just twisted his head all the way around. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Patrick,
that
I
was
see you.
crazy.
That was what I was gonna say. That like the 2 go out into the gym or whatever, and he's watching the head twist, and then like underneath the trampoline with the knife. I'm like, ah.
God, yeah.
That was one of those
cannot
scenes I was like,
imagine
oh
that.
Yeah.
god.
Yeah,
And I watching this
Oh.
movie, I know there was a lot of stuff that I feel like you might get really grossed out because there's a lot of like close up, yucky sounds with like, because it's not like a kill scene, but one of the girls is putting contacts in her eyes, and you can just hear like the
Oh, yeah.
wetness of her putting it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I hate it. Hey,
Well,
made me
they,
squirm a
uh,
little bit.
and then he stabs her with the corn holders, right, in the ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that hurts. That just like that.
Yeah,
That's the most painful thing in the
that's
movie I watched.
painful.
Yeah,
Now I'm just realizing. Okay, so when Kathleen is being chased by him, she opens up the fridge and the cheerleader is in the fridge,
So
and she grabs her.
alive.
Yeah, she's still alive. And she grabs her, and she's like, "I'll come back for you." I'm just now realizing we never got closure on that. Obviously, she's dead, but like she's still in that freezer or fridge. Like,
yeah.
No. He put a corkscrew in her neck. Remember?
Oh,
at
that's
the
Oh,
right.
yeah,
At the
okay.
dinner.
I forgot.
Because we gotta
yeah,
let
he was
that air
chilling
out.
her.
We
He
gotta
was
let that
keeping
air
it
out.
cool. Yeah,
I forgot. Okay, we did get closure.
Yeah.
we got closure on that.
Some of the other scenes that I thought was pretty cool was with the security guard in his apartment when he gets his head sliced off with like the wire or
Yeah.
something. I didn't really know
One
what
of his fast scenes, he just pops up and takes him out.
that was cool. I thought. And then
It's that turkey cutter, like in the stomach first.
oh
In the stomach, and
yeah,
then
that's right.
but then he feeds the cat before he leaves.
Which
Such
I
a
love
good
that
guy.
scene.
And then
He
pets
feeds
it.
I
him and
love
pets it.
that about it. And then gives him a little pat on the head. Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah. And then one of the other ones was Julia, Scuba's girlfriend. Obviously, she's getting detained by him or whatever when Jessica and Scuba come to the house, and then they have like this saw thing going on this counter, and then just throws her on that, and she does nothing. Like she could just push herself off of it, but she's just sitting there and letting it happen. So then you get all of her guts just fall out of her. I thought that was kind of cool.
And actually, this part was really cool. The Scuba, her boyfriend, the way he reacts after it was so real. Like,
Yeah.
Jessica, what do I do? What
Yeah,
do I do?
I love
Jessica?
that scene. I
Like,
wrote
he's
that
just
down
sitting
too.
there shocked, dude. I absolutely loved it because you don't really get that that real visceral reaction that you would have
Yeah.
more than likely. Just being in shock, which I thought was a cool touch. He does that throughout the movie a little bit. That in particular, and then at the dinner scene when the reveal of the wife as a turkey, they're all screaming, but then the husband pukes. I know I'm not a big fan of seeing throw up in movies. It grosses me out. But I thought at that moment it worked, and it worked well because he still had the gag in his mouth and it was coming out. It was so real. It was such a real moment.
Yeah.
I think he did a good job
I agree.
capturing that.
Those two scenes I was gonna specifically say too, especially the scuba scene where, because that's what would happen. You see it in movies all the time, but you really don't know until you're in a scenario what you would do, how you'd react.
Yeah, because he was just holding her shocked face, and she's just like, "What do I do? Like, Jessica, what do I do? Like, what do you do?"
Even down to his like hesitation before he acted to get her off the saw. Most people would do that because it takes us a moment to actually process what's happening before we go into action. Normally in a horror movie, you would just the way it cut, you want to keep the pacing up, so you just cut right to the action and boom. But that subtle hesitation, and then he moves to get her, and then his reaction, it was subtly that's the subtlety of that was awesome.
Yeah.
Very well done.
And then the last one that I liked was the grandpa and the two grandchildren when he was driving the truck for the parade, and it gets slammed.
I forgot about
that.
that.
The wooden ship
Yeah.
point or whatever. I don't know why there's a big point like that. Slides through the back of the truck, and he gets smashed with the big
Brutal
wooden thing, and you just see all the blood going out of it. And I'm like, that was pretty cool.
My man was in a Final Destination movie.
Yes, 100%. But there could have been a couple other kill scenes I just forgot. But
those are the major ones.
Yeah,
I mean,
those are the ones I liked. That's all my likes. If you guys have any other likes before we go to dislikes, go for it. If not, I'll go to my dislikes.
Yeah,
I've covered all of my everything I've liked so far.
I really kind of just went through it with it. So yeah.
I guess there's this weird scene that I just didn't really make sense to me, and it's when right after the school thing happens, when that one boyfriend and the one girlfriend get taken or whatever, and then they're freaking out, don't know what they want to do, and then Julia's dad, like, is he German or some? He has some type
Russian.
of accent.
He's
Russian,
Russian.
Yeah, Russian.
Picks up
Russian for sure.
his daughter, and they're saying that they're going to Florida or whatever, and then Jessica says something to Scuba, and then he replies with, I don't know, that's the longest conversation I had with that guy, but he didn't talk to Scuba whatsoever. So I just sat there and I was like, what? That makes no sense.
It does it. Yeah, that's very like a Russian like character.
Yeah.
If you knew Tyler, you either know or you don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got. And then the last part was Patrick Dempsey being like Dermot Mulroney in Scream 6, but
he didn't take it extreme enough for that.
But he didn't go full, you know.
Yeah.
I just
he didn't go fully off the rails.
Yeah. I think that is too predictable, but like I said, I still had fun with it, so it's not that big of a deal. Some of the characters I really hated almost too much. Mostly one, it was that Evan character.
Yeah, he was really annoying.
I just it was so much. I hated that character so much that I just wanted him
to die
off the screen immediately, and he made it to like the end of the movie almost.
Yeah,
he got a pretty gnarly death and kind of played on the look at me aspect of our society. Like we do anything for views and clicks and fame. He was kind of that conduit for that, and then he puts the camera in front of his head and then smashes it over and over, which was cool scene. And then you see the likes and loves just skyrocket, which again plays into the whole theme of the movie, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, I hated the guy. I didn't like him at all.
I feel like he was almost so horrible that most of the other characters in that friend group wouldn't be hanging out with him.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Especially,
I think Scuba's like grandfathered in. I think he's been friends with him for a while, and it's like one of those guys you just can't play on the football team with him. Like he's a dude that I know sucks, but he's my best friend, man. I can't.
Okay, well, how about this?
Everyone else.
I don't know why Jessica is hanging out with this group of friends.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense.
Like they don't really even make her that close with Julia or
Yeah,
anything.
but they didn't even like build a backstory with
So like
any of
I
them.
don't know.
They
Like
didn't explain.
I
it.
guess because she's in the group because Bobby, right? Because Bobby, well, he's a baseball player. He's not even a
Yeah.
football player. Never
Yeah,
mind.
he didn't even play football.
I don't know
Yeah.
why Jessica's in this friend group, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, you got any negatives you want to talk about, Wes, or did you cover them basically?
Yeah, the predictable mystery again. That's not a big thing for me. The only other thing, I guess, you could have gone a little deeper in. You guys know me; I love themes and symbolism and all
Here
that.
we
But you
go.
could have, you could have explored the consumerism thing a little more, maybe the social media thing a little more. But I honestly kind of liked the subtleties of it all.
Yeah.
If you want to find it, you can. It's there. You just got to look for it. It's not right in your face. As far as like the social media stuff goes, the consumers are all of it's there. It's just it's fine. Nothing really overtly bothers me about this movie. I thought it was fun for what it was. Actually, a movie that I would probably rewatch too. And I don't say that much about movies, just because of how fun it is. Maybe become a tradition for November. Just pop it on because it's you get all the Halloween movies. You don't really have many for November, so then you go into December. You got a plethora of them, as we know, but you don't have many for
Yeah.
November and Thanksgiving.
You
So
only
this
have
will be
you only
part of the
have a
rotation
handful.
for sure.
Yeah.
You only have a handful for Thanksgiving in general.
But since you bring that up, I forgot to bring this up earlier. So like this is kind of like a themed holiday horror movie.
Yeah.
Do you think there should be more like themed holiday horror movies?
Like, I'll rephrase your question for you. Do you think there should be more mainstream holiday horror movies?
Sure.
Because on the secondary market, like direct to DVD or direct to streaming,
There's
there
probably
is a
bunch.
plethora of these type of movies, especially when it comes to Christmas. Obviously, Halloween.
100%, yeah.
Christmas, obviously, you guys know I did 25 days of Christmas horrors last year. I'm doing 12 this year, and there's still hundreds more I could choose from.
many.
So,
Yeah.
so mainstream, yes, I'm all for it. I like. First off, there just needs to be more Thanksgiving style movies. Christmas horror, we're kind of getting like one a year nowadays, so I think
Yeah.
that one's pegged. But more of the other holidays, sure, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll say yes.
I agree. Yep, I'm all for it. There's just something about it mixing the holiday with the horror genre. I think that it's cool. It's fun, and I watch them.
Yeah.
Even if they're bad, I watch them.
Well, sometimes they're bad fun. Like Uncle
exactly.
Sam for 4th of July. It's a low quality. I like it. It's a fun movie, but we haven't had like a serious 4th of July horror movie. So
Yeah, that
you
makes
you
sense.
could have a high profile, real screenplay for it. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Off the grading, you guys, or
think so. That's all I got.
Yeah.
all right. So let's get to grading this movie. Who wants to go first?
Wes, how about you go first? Let's mix it up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go first. Just going back on all my points, start to finish, it knows what it is. It knows what it wants to be, and it never wavers from that. It's few in this type of genre that has an identity that's there. The themes I liked, all of that, the symbolism, all of it. The twist was okay, predictable, but it worked. Motive was awesome. I thought, well, not awesome, but it worked. In the grand scheme of things, characters fell flat for me. I didn't really like them that much, except for a few. I think they could have dived deeper in some. Whatever. Overall, solid movie, fun movie. I give this a 2.5 out of 5.
Nice.
Wes.
So you looking at me, calling me Wes?
Yes.
How dare you?
Mike, go ahead.
All right. I'll second almost everything Wesley said. The characters fell flat, except for a couple of side characters I really liked. The movie knows what it is. It's entertaining, and this type of movie, I'm going in for entertainment. I'm not going in for something that's like shot, cinematography is like amazing, blah blah blah. Yeah, I mean, too predictable, but still had a lot of fun, even though I knew what was gonna happen. 2.5.
Nice. I'm gonna almost double down on everything you guys said, but basically predictable, fun movie. I thought it bringing in a Thanksgiving horror style to it that was really fun. Some of the characters could have been a little bit better. kill scenes I thought were cool. I did like the use of Instagram and the social media stuff, but I'm gonna go with a 3 out of 5 on
3 out
this.
of 5. Is that what you would have given
Solid
it?
film, boys.
I think I would have given it a higher grade last time, but I tried to look at more stuff and it was a little bit more cheesier on some stuff. Some stuff was questionable, but I think I went down.
Now you're
second
discussing
viewer.
movies with Wesley. You got to bring the game up. All right, so that's,
Well, I think it's interesting though the rankings, because I could sit there and rank a movie at 2.5 and think it's bad and not
Yeah.
want to watch it ever
Yeah.
again. But it's really about the genre, what you're expecting.
Everybody's
these
ranking
things
on
come
any
into it.
movie is different to somebody else. Like some people might
Right.
think more rewatchability to them. Some people might, think
Mm-hmm.
more. I'm trying to just.
well, it's like you have to bring are you judging it on quality,
Yeah, like that
entertainment?
stuff,
You have to
yeah.
balance everything out. Like I can
What
say,
your expectations are, yeah.
I can say The Witch was a really good horror movie. I watched it once. I'd give it a pretty high grade, but it's not a movie I plan on watching again. So rewatchability goes down, but I'm still gonna
fair.
give it a higher grade. And I might I'd probably give
'Cause-
that a 3.5 or a 4. Never watch it again. This movie is getting a lower grade, but I would watch it again. It's more entertaining. So
Yeah.
it's kind of weird balance, and sometimes it may not make sense, but yeah, it does.
All right, since we just reviewed Thanksgiving, I thought we'd do a little game here, and we're going to be doing a draft of our favorite Thanksgiving foods. So I'm just going to do a snake draft. So, for example, I'll go first, then Mike, then Wes goes again, you, me, I go again. But since there's only a certain amount of foods, I thought we'd just do a list of 4 so that 3 of us can at least get a good amount of foods. So,
Okay.
Are you guys okay with me going first, or should I do a flip the coin?
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter for me, buddy.
No, you go ahead. You can go first. Ty.
You're
Okay.
hungry. So
I am really hungry.
I am
right
too.
now. All right, with my first pick, I'm gonna go with stuffing. I wasn't a huge fan of it as a kid, but I think the older I get, the more I actually like it.
I hate you.
Appreciate it more. Yeah,
I hate
absolutely.
you so much right now for taking stuffing from me on the first pick.
I'm sorry, but
Oh, he swiped that from you, man. Dang.
yeah, that's my first pick.
All right, you're
First
going
pick.
stuffing.
Yeah.
Well, God, I don't want to pick turkey first. I can leave that to Wesley. I'll take mashed potatoes.
Solid.
Solid choice. Yeah. I'm gonna go. It might not be everyone's favorite, but it's mine. I like sweet potato casserole.
Okay,
With
yeah.
marshmallows and pecans on top.
That's Jesse's.
And then I'm going to take turkey for my next shot. I need
Prepare
a
which way?
a main deep fried actually is how I prepare my turkeys and how I love them. Okay,
A lot of people
deep
actually.
fried turkey with some sweet potato casserole.
A lot of people hate
What's
turkey
that?
so much, but I feel like in this draft, I feel like you gotta have turkey or something in it.
All right, so it's my turn now.
Yes.
It's got to be a main event.
I do want turkey, but I'd.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Blah blah blah. I will go green bean casserole.
Green casserole, classic, nice.
Solid.
That's mine. That's mine.
All right, I am on the 2-3 turn. So with one of them, I am not leaving Thanksgiving until I have pumpkin pie.
Ah.
So I'm going pumpkin
Nice.
pie with my number 2. And then my number 3. Let's see. I'm gonna go with corn.
Corn.
Yeah,
Solid choice. Classic. It's a
Yes.
classic
I'm
choice.
gonna go with corn.
I like it.
So my turn now.
Yes.
Well, if you took pumpkin pie, I guess I'm taking pecan pie.
Okay. I wouldn't know, but heard it's good.
I'm not a dessert guy, boys. I'm not big on the desserts. I do like a pumpkin pie. I might have picked that if it was still on
Damn,
the
I
board.
should have just saved this for my last choice because Tyler can't eat pecan pie, and I didn't know weren't gonna pick up.
Nope. I'm gonna go with. I have to have cheesy potatoes. It's got to be on my plate, and then I need a bread. So I'm gonna go the classic dinner roll.
Ah,
and that'll
screw
complete
you,
my
Wesley.
Nice.
plate.
That honestly might have been
Sorry,
my
man.
last pick too. Were you gonna go with rolls next?
Yes.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
I
nice.
have no idea what I'm choosing now.
Good pick, Wes. Good pick.
Thank
So,
you.
what do we? I don't even know what we have anymore.
I have like a couple other ones listed down, but We'll see. I don't know what you're gonna pick. So
I don't
just
know what I'm
it
gonna
depends.
pick. This might take me a second, fellas. What do we got? What do we got? I'm not choosing a relish tray that my mom makes. Heck
You
no.
how about cranberry sauce?
Oh, what are you sick? Gross.
Come on, man. Hey, don't hate on the cranberry
Okay.
sauce.
No,
It makes,
I like cranberry sauce, but the way my mom prepares it, she puts nuts and stuff in it, and I don't like that. So
oh boy, yeah. I don't know how I'd like that.
I'm not a cranberry dude, but I feel like it just has to be without the nuts. I think it's just
dude,
fire.
I might have to just choose.
Well,
that.
what do you have like a main course? What about like ham? I know some people do ham for Thanksgiving.
My mom does turkey. Jesse's mom does turkey and ham. Okay, fine. I got the main course. Sure, we'll go ham.
Motherfucker, dude. Wes, you should not have said that.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Wes.
gonna be my next pick.
You took. Yeah, I don't care.
You said ham, and I made an eye to
You
the
took my
camera. I'm
stuffing.
like, oh no, don't
You
do
took
that.
my stuffing. You deserve that. So I got my main. Okay, go ahead.
God dang it.
What's your Wes?
Oh, I thought I had a really good list with ham as my last one, but
Oh man.
see, I have two options here. One of them we don't really have for Thanksgiving, but I could see myself eating it for Thanksgiving. Other ones we do eat it for Thanksgiving, but I don't eat it for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna go mac and cheese.
Nice. I don't
and
think we don't
cheese.
have that at either
That's a
house.
solid
but-
choice.
Yeah.
I'll let you share some of my turkey, Tyler.
You can't have any.
We
of
can
my
have some of
ham.
the pumpkin pie too. We can go have these.
All right, perfect.
He doesn't like desserts.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's all mine.
Oh,
forgot.
I said if pumpkin pie was on the list, I might have taken it, but that's the only dessert I'll eat on Thanksgiving.
So ham, and then I got green bean casserole, mashed potato. Okay, I got the main course, two sides, and a
That's
dessert.
solid.
What do you got, Wes? What's your list?
I had turkey, cheesy potatoes, sweet potato casserole, and a roll.
That's
I
solid.
had the roll.
I had stuffing, corn, mac and
Man.
cheese, and pumpkin pie.
Yeah, you shouldn't have wasted
That's-
your choice on corn. You should have went ham for that one if you wanted it so bad.
Yeah, but
I wasn't gonna choose corn.
I wanted to try and get a vegetable in there or something, but
Oh, look at you.
yeah. But
Trying to be healthy.
Yeah, my vegetable is
I'm really
green bean
hungry now, boys.
casserole. It's filled with tons of bad stuff to make it good.
Yeah.
good.
Still-
All right, well there you have it. That's the movie Thanksgiving. That's our little Thanksgiving draft, as Tyler puts it. So everybody, thanks for watching. Yep, fingers. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. As always, I'm Mike.
I'm Tyler.
Wes.
Deuces.